This is what I don't understand sometimes. It really bugs me. You've got someone like the Big Show who you know's on the way out. He's done such a big service for WWE in the past. How long has he been there now? Almost a good 17, 16 years. I don't know how many. Probably more than that maybe. But you got a guy like that who's trained his arse off for like a whole year, but yet we're giving Goldberg all this good stuff, all the accomplishments. I just kind of can't get my head around how they have used the Big Show since he's come back. I really thought there'd be more. I know he got the victory here, but it's not the Big Show I was sort of anticipating to see, Matt, after his last stint, which wasn't going anywhere either. And this match, it was what it was, and I just felt like this just didn't have much going for it either. What did you think of the match, Matt, and how it went down, and obviously the result as well?
Well, I'll say it's better than the previous match, but not by a lot. I didn't mind it so much. It just kind of kept like ringing distant memories in the back of my mind. I was thinking, have we seen this? Have we seen this before? Wasn't this like when Mark Henry had to fight Rusev all the time and then the Big Show? And I was just like, I don't want to see this again. Even though like Big Show looked pretty good in the match, and he did a good job of like showing off his strength and everything, but at what expense though? At the expense of Rusev, and like you're saying, Big Show's coming to the end of his career, but Rusev's got the whole light of his career still to go. But in one kind of night, it made both Jinder and Rusev look pretty pathetic in that ring. Like, why are they even here? The casual fan just tuning in and giving this a go. They look at these guys and go, well, they're nobodies, aren't they? What are these guys? But that's not the way they should be looked at, because it's not really fair to them. So it's kind of, it did Big Show no favours, it did Rusev no favours, and another one of those massive question marks of what the heck was this? Why did you put this on a pay-per-view? Not necessary at all.
To wind me up, if anything. This just done nothing for me. And I always, I know they were doing that really cheesy kind of USA chants through it and trying to do that. That is getting bloody tiring to me now. And I think like Rusev's done all that now. It's like, if anything, I think Rusev needs to go to SmackDown. I really do. Because currently you've got Braun Strowman, you've got Samoa Joe just come over, and there's no space for Rusev. They're not gonna. There's only so many of those guys they can have, and there's no way they can protect 3 at a time. So they really need to do something better with Rusev. I think this guy is so underrated. I think he's been ready since the time he ended up the last 2 at the Royal Rumble with Roman. I think he's been ready since then. I think he's been ready since the match with John Cena at WrestleMania. I really can't understand why they haven't gone further with this guy. Another classic example of not doing enough for sure with this guy. And as I say, can't tell you enough how disappointing. I know with the Big Show they're trying to get something going for WrestleMania to make this guy look something, but this wasn't the way to do it. And Matt, if we're led to believe that now, I don't know if you heard the news, but worst case scenario, I was reading that Shaquille O'Neal now says he's back in talks with WWE again about WrestleMania. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, Christ, do we really want to see that match? Like, is anybody that bothered about Shaquille O'Neal, who turned up, by the way, last year unannounced? I didn't think he got that much of a big pop. And I don't know that he... See, the thing with Shaquille O'Neal, okay, he's going to get you some mainstream publicity from other channels that you don't normally get on, but he's not going to get that much. It's not like Floyd Mayweather. It's not that kind of level, is it, Matt? It's not like a big deal. This won't be Big Show's like defining match on this one, because to me it's just a big dude from... I know Shaq's got like his own following here, but that's a match that, if you're watching at WrestleMania and you've got a few friends over that don't really watch wrestling, they're the ones that would go to and go, oh man, Shaquille O'Neal's in it, that's cool. They'll be the ones watching that, and then they'll phase back out of it and go and do whatever they were doing. That's who that's kind of for. I really don't get why they would think that match at WrestleMania is worth even contemplating. I really think they should have looked at, if anything, like I would have saved Big Show and Braun, but apparently that's not good enough. But if they wanted to do that big man match, certainly go with that one. But for me, what a terrible ending that would be for Big Show if that was his last match, Matt. Really, God, I really hope it's not true, but looks like we're getting that. Okay, that leads us then to go on, and we had a promo cut from Kevin Owens. Not nothing that Kevin Owens show as long as he wanted to be there. And then Austin Aries, Matt, I don't know if you picked up on that. His package, he showed that off again, and he was very proud of it. Certainly looks like he's going to get involved soon with things, perhaps. But obviously, then we got our classic WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, Matt. Of course, no change with the ropes, but I will say I was picked up a little bit lifted after seeing this one. It was almost what the doctor ordered for me, because I felt like I really was on a low stage after that. Oh, by the way, I just want to rate that match. I give that last one a 1.5. By the way, Big Show and Rusev. In case, Matt, did you rate that one? I can't remember if you did or not.
Well, I'm going to give it a 2.5. Anyways, it's a bit better than the previous.
The Cruiserweight match. What did you make of this match, Matt, with Neville and Jack Gallagher? And I was impressed with Gallagher. I kind of think he's a decent worker, and obviously have been very impressed with Neville. Like, I can't complain what they've done with him, the way that they're showcasing him. But the match itself, Matt, seemed to go off quite well on this one for a change for the Cruiserweights. And albeit the bloody ropes and all the rest of it, which constantly irritates me. But other than that, I kind of enjoyed this match a lot more than I normally do with the Cruiserweights on a pay-per-view. This match got just over 12 minutes, and decent time. I thought it would do. Especially with what was to come later in the night. But what did you think of the matchup between the two, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly impressed by Neville these days. I'm loving his heel kind of character, and for me, in the WWE, he is one of the most physically gifted kind of people in that ring. The abilities that he has to go with the physique that he has. And it just goes to show you, being tall and all that isn't everything, because you can still be more impressive being at a smaller stature and able to pull off more diverse moves. And I quite like Jack Gallagher as well. He's come into this and he's fitted in quite nicely. He's had no problems transitioning straight into WWE style, and putting on great shows night after night. So these two, of course, when they came together in the ring, it was going to be great. I mean, I've been waiting ages for this. Well, it seems like I've been waiting ages for this. They've been teasing this match for a long time now. And it makes you quite proud when you say both of these guys are British wrestlers that have made it into the big time.
Yeah.
Which is another showing sign of where we are today. That if you put in the hard work, you can truly achieve your dreams no matter where you come from nowadays. So that's another great thing. But the match itself, I have to totally agree with what you said. After all the stuff that we've seen so far throughout the night, this was definitely a welcome kind of return to form.
Yeah,
and I'll lay my cards out on the table and say this, for me, is the best match of the night.
Right, yeah.
Despite there being the heavyweight title on the line later. What am I, mad?
I think this will, certainly as it stands now, this probably would be the match of the night for me. I give this one a... now, I mean, even the ratings of this, I mean, although it was great, it wasn't it was just the best of the night, but it still wasn't, anywhere near a 4-star. But for me, it got a 3.5, because I enjoyed it. But I think if this had been on a decent card, it would have, it still would have got 3.5, but we wouldn't have been talking about it so amazingly, because I think we might have had more to talk about. But because it was such a bad night up until this point, I felt like this was the match. That was my rating. What do you give this match, Matt, as far as rating for it?
Yeah, solid 3.5 from me as well. It didn't really quite reach the heights that of a 4, like you said, that it could have done. But yeah, it definitely did enough to take match of the night, which doesn't say a lot for this pay-per-view.
Yeah. Okay, then we got Paul Heyman, who was interviewed. Nothing that Lesnar has the right to be here tonight, and but won't reveal if he is or not. That's that type of thing. Well, that was coming. And then after that, we had we had the New Day coming out doing their ice cream filler shenanigans. That's I got a real bad feeling about that and all WrestleMania. I'll tell you that much. Coming up, Matt. Next match we got coming up was after that was Braun Strowman up against Roman Reigns. Very, very odd decision to have these two wrestling. I felt this close to WrestleMania, and I gotta say I was slightly surprised that they went with the ending that they went with. But before we get to that point, Matt, what did you think of this match? Because I know that last time, sometimes he performs well, sometimes he doesn't with Roman. It's hot and cold sometimes. Like I felt his match last month at Royal Rumble with Owens was really good, but I felt this one, and I'm a Braun fan by the way, and I felt like if you looked at what Braun done with Big Show, I was actually expecting something better than what we got here. This for me did not get going. It was too long, and I don't know. Yeah, this seemed all thought out wrong. What did you think of this, Matt? And am I being a little bit harsh here, or did you think there was just nothing going on really that well in this, and it was almost a formality towards getting to the end of this match?
Right, yeah. Well, when they was at the drawing board, like figuring out how this match was going to pan out and everything, I don't know who was in charge of that, but they need to reevaluate their faults, because this was slow, this was plodding, this was Chinlock City, this was like hanging around, like lying on the floor, waiting for the next move. A little bit awkward at times, like they didn't know whose turn it was to take control of the match, and it shouldn't be the case for either of these guys. They're very experienced, and of course a lot of people have criticisms over Roman Reigns, but he has the experience these days to actually know what to do in the ring. But it just wasn't coming together at all on this night for either one of these guys. And to spend all of this time, you're building up this giant monster, like in Braun Strowman, and even the fans are buying into it now, despite the fact that he's a heel. They're respecting him, and then to take the guy that's gained all this respect and then just go, no. Vince McMahon says Roman Reigns, he's the man. Oh God, not again. How many times are they going to have this stuff rejected, and how many times is it going to take before they learn? They're never going to learn at this point. I couldn't agree with the decision. I couldn't agree with the match style. This was totally off.
Yeah, this ending, this result totally damages. All that great momentum that they have built for Braun, especially over the past few months, completely gone now, really, you might as well say. Because, listen, I don't care what anyone says, the results is important. I know people go, well, wrestling's wrestling. I'm telling you, fans remember this stuff, and the fact that Braun was beaten clean, I really expected this to be a no contest. I really saw that all over this match. But now I'm thinking, well, okay, they've just used Braun as a stepping stone because they know Roman is... They've got to have him ready for Taker. They've got to have him in that cemented slot. Listen, that Taker match for me is only going to be good if Roman is turning heel. But I'm telling you now, whoever's listening, if there is anyone listening in a high spot there, then believe me, if you want Roman to be the face, you don't have him anywhere near The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You do not have that guy as the guy that takes Undertaker out and putting him up against him in general. He's not going to get cheered. I can 100% tell you that much. He's not going to be the fan favourite, not with The Undertaker, not at WrestleMania. So unless they are really planning a great heel turn, which, by the way, I will be so happy for, then what a complete waste of time all this will be, and including this match tonight, an absolute load of rubbish. So yeah, they've done all that good stuff with Braun. They had him against the Big Show, Matt, and now look what's happened. What a nightmare scenario on that one for him. And like you say, Matt, this match was just a load of waiting around, laying down kind of stuff. 17 minutes was far too long for this. Should have been short and sweet, really. You know, at best an 8-10 minute type match. For me, this gets no more than 2 stars.